All right. I was watching the Ellen Show the other day, and I swear I saw Mike Fallon on there. I'm not sure. He was near there somewhere. This is the opportunity for you as listeners to learn about opportunities in the educational department. This show is called Higher Education Happenings. Mike Fallon is the host, and Mike always brings in some great guests from our colleges in the community that can offer you some ways to perhaps get a better education, whether it's just for your own use or perhaps to further yourself in your jobs and everything. And
Absolutely.
You were in San Diego, weren't you?
I was.
Good morning. How you doing, Mike?
Nice to see you.
You're an amazing guy. You actually posted on there how much that ticket cost. You
I did.
$70-something?
Yeah.
Round trip?
Non-stop. It's great.
Round trip.
Round trip.
He needs a travel show, Larry.
Yeah.
He
Seriously.
needs
I
a
need a
travel.
travel
Just
show.
for me. Just for me.
Yes.
How you doing, Crystal?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good to see you again.
You too.
It's a little warm in here. I apologize.
That's all right.
I apologize.
It's better than being cold.
Well, thank you for coming in, and I haven't met. I don't think I've met you two, have I? And what's your name?
Mark
Mark.
Hasty.
Mark Hasty.
Yes, from
Hey.
College of Central Florida.
Oh, nice to meet you, Mark. And
Maureen Anderson from the College of Central Florida.
Maureen, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So, what are we talking about today? Travel?
Veterans.
Oh, veterans.
Yeah.
Of
It's
course.
November. Veterans Day is coming up.
Mark, did I hear you were a veteran?
Yes.
Did I hear you say? Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Maureen, are you?
No.
No? So this is your day. This is your weekend coming up.
Yep.
Free haircuts.
Free food. All kinds of freebies, right?
Yeah, my wife's cooking me a good dinner, so.
Oh, is that right? So tell me what you're doing.
Well, we were going to talk about types of services for veterans, touch on veteran benefits, and just all around, thank you and what educational institutions do to service our veterans.
Do you know, I was thinking about what you all offer. I think it might have been yesterday. We had a guest on talking about the transition from serving in the military to entering civilian life. And Mark, I know you know this firsthand. And I was thinking, to me, the best thing would be to just go into school. Just get back into that routine, and it kind of is a way to, I guess, just ease back into the normal world, whatever, right? Is that true? Does that seem
It's
true?
good because you get out and you don't know what you're going to do, but it gives you a routine to follow,
Yes,
whereas you're used to
yes.
following a given routine in the military.
Yeah. The other comment that this gentleman made was that veterans have some kind of a built-in work ethic. So employers are very much looking for veterans. So, yeah. I mean,
They also get tax breaks as well for hiring veterans.
oh, is that right? Oh, okay. So
It's
we're-
win-win for everybody.
Yes. So do all the schools have different veterans programs?
Well, we do. We have different services that we provide veterans. The big thing is veterans coming out of service usually might have benefits that they can utilize for educational purposes.
Uh-huh.
And we each have staff on our different sites that can support those veterans in assisting them with navigating whatever that educational goal is, to build off of whatever their career was and to move into civilian world or to branch into something new. So if they've never finished an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree and they have benefits that they can use, or perhaps they want to pass along those benefits to a spouse or children, we can assist them, and they also have staff in their own divisions that can help them as well. So
Do they have different resources as far as paying for school than a non-veteran would have?
absolutely, they do. They have several, for instance, the GI Bill is kind of common. A lot of us have heard of that
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
That's an example of one of the ways that they can utilize. It's a benefit that they can use to pay for school.
Does that ever go away? I mean, do you have to use that within a certain time frame?
Well, the recent legislation changes that, so it actually goes into effect, I believe, 2018. But it's called the Forever GI Bill.
Oh, okay.
No,
So
so
you
You don't lose it. So you can wait to use it or, save some of it for later.
So tell
in
me
a
about
sense.
yourself, Mark. What branch were you in?
I was in the Army
In the Army. And when you got out, how long ago did you get out?
2 years ago,
Were you 4 years or longer?
5 years.
5 years. Wow. Did you experience that thing we always hear about, where it's just a strange transition?
It was difficult. I was medically discharged, so it was.
Oh, really?
Not choosing to get out. I'd actually re-enlisted.
Right,
so.
right. And not to be too personal, but I mean, did it bring you down? Did you have a spout of depression or something?
Well, I took about a year off. I had some stuff I had to deal with, but then I started going to College of Central Florida and went to go turn my schedule in after a year of going there, and the person that was doing my job then wasn't there, and I applied for certifying all the GI Bills for people. So
Oh, really? Oh, perfect. Right up your alley.
Yep.
Wow, you were in the right place at the right time. Yeah. Just tell me, though, about the schooling itself, that 1 year. How did that kind of bring you back to where you wanted to be?
it gave me a sense of achievement. Getting out, didn't really have a career path lined up, and the degree change for me was going from medical, from being a medic,
Yeah.
to going into business. So it was interesting learning the new things and finding something that I can be passionate about again.
Very nice, very nice. I love hearing stories like that. I mean, you hear so many stories about the PTSD syndrome and all of that happening to people and keeping them from pursuing whatever it is that would make their lives better. And you gave so much. I mean, I always respect what you've done.
It's important to know that, but it can also drive somebody to succeed as well.
That's a great way of looking at it. So do you I don't know if you're doing it yet, but it sounds like you'd be a perfect counselor as well.
Maybe one day.
Yeah? Maureen, tell me about yourself.
I'm the Dean of Enrollment Management, formerly the Director of Financial Aid, and Financial Aid actually supervises VA. So
Okay.
I would like to say that I hired Mark.
Oh, you're his boss?
Yeah,
Oh, really? You got a pretty boss.
don't say that.
Oh, yeah, don't say that, sorry.
But anyway, I love working with the veterans. I love the veteran students. I think Mark would say that I'm passionate about our veterans.
Yeah.
They have a very strong work ethic. They have a very
Yes.
strong school ethic. Research shows that they succeed at higher rates than a average student. They're very focused. They're very committed, especially like community service. We had an event last week, and I noted that many of the helpers of this event were veterans.
Is that right?
And-
So we've heard that if you go to school before you enter the military, you might have a better position in the military. I guess this is for you again, Mark. Did you go to school before you entered the military?
Not at all.
Okay.
I graduated high school and worked for a couple years and then joined.
So this is going to be, you'd have to, it's hypothetical. Do you think you are a better student going to school after the military than if you had gone straight from high school?
Definitely. I wouldn't have had really a way to pay for it before.
But I mean,
would have had
just the
student
ethic,
debts.
just the commitment and everything that has to happen.
It matured me a lot, made me more of an adult and
Wow,
understanding the priorities.
wow, wow. So do you have any special programs that you're doing this weekend, Mike? Anything we should know about?
Not specifically for veterans. I'm not sure if
We are.
college. Okay, where you go? College of Central Florida. Hey.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Maureen.
We are. We have a appreciation luncheon today, actually.
All right.
We
All right.
have to get back, and Phil Rosenberg from the community is going to be our speaker for
Okay.
our veterans, and so we have a luncheon for our veteran students as well as our veteran employees to thank them for their service.
Fantastic.
One of the
Today
owners,
at
Joe.
12:30 at
Joe?
the Klein Center.
Joe's a
Yeah,
veteran.
thank you. Today at 12:30 in the Weber Center.
Yes. So I was mentioning that Joe, one of the owners of the station, is a veteran, and he's the vice president of Vets Helping Vets. Are you familiar with that group?
Wonderful
Very,
organization.
very
Yes.
familiar.
Very
They're actually part of the Marion County Veterans Coalition that gathers at the college, and all the community resources get together and communicate with each other and provide contact information. So at the college, if we need something, we know who to reach out to.
And we have a similar program. It's an office on our main campus in Orlando at the University of Central Florida. It's called VARC. It's Veteran Academic Resource Services. It's located in a really cool spot at the new stadium, and it is filled to the brim with support and staff, everything from a nice place to relax and have some downtime, folks to talk to, a place to study, be a place to check in and get assistance with certification, checking in on your benefits and your class schedule, all of those things. It's a one-stop shop specifically and just for veterans. And they do lots of events on main campus in Orlando, especially this week in celebration of
sure.
veterans.
Yeah.
But they also extend their services out to the regional sites like the Ocala Connect Center here at CF, so we can support our veteran students who maybe are coming back to school or transitioning to us from the College of Central Florida to finish their degree and need some additional support or have certification questions, things like that. The idea is a lot of folks don't realize that we all work together very closely and have lots of different mechanisms to assist a veteran if they have
Yeah,
interest
yeah.
in finishing or starting a degree.
So, at the risk of sounding like I'm being biased here, I often wonder if a veteran pigeonholes himself or herself by thinking, okay, I was in the service, here's the perfect job for me. And what you've taught me, Mike, and everybody in the room, is that the opportunities are infinite. You don't have to say, well, I carried a gun, maybe I should get a job where I carry a gun.
Right.
You know, and I think, do you think that happens where they pigeonhole themselves?
Well, I think it depends on what they
Typecast.
did, what
Yeah.
their role was in the military. I mean, there's a million different things you can do in service. So, and it depends on, what inspired you or what you took away from that experience and
Yeah.
perhaps want to continue in civilian or, as private contractor. There certainly is a link that folks who were in service might enjoy something in law enforcement. So there's lots of opportunities there.
Yeah.
But it can also be a completely different shift. Maybe you've always wanted to be a writer or you want to teach history.
Yes,
Or a million different things. You want to be a counselor. And we can all kind of help you get to that end goal.
Also, Larry, there are certain programs within the military that have transferable credits to universities outside the military.
Okay,
So
okay.
we oftentimes transfer credits from the Air Force Academy or different Air Force programs, and they transfer directly to courses that are offered in our programs.
Outside of the Air Force, it's also the Joint Service Transcript that allows veterans to use their military experience to translate some of it into actual credits.
Oh, is that right? Oh, wow. All right, we're up against the break. Let's take that break and we'll be right back. If you have any questions, you are welcome to call. And if you don't get through to here, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, we will give you all the numbers you need for the different universities and colleges that are represented in the room today, as well as maybe some that aren't. I don't know, Mike, if you want to direct anybody to anybody else. We'll take a little break. I think I have a special commercial block just for this segment here somewhere. It's all the colleges in one thing. We'll be right back.
With a graduate degree in management and leadership from Webster University, there'll never be a better time for you to explore what's next in your career. Classes are scheduled so you can continue your normal workday routine, and the accelerated program means a new term starts about every 10 weeks. If you're looking to gain a broad general management and leadership perspective, then Webster University's Management and Leadership degree program is the right one for you. It's all a part of what's next at Webster University.
Go to webster.edu/manage, accredited by ACBSP.
Direct Connect to UCF, where students who attend the College of Central Florida and graduate with an AA or articulated AS degree are guaranteed admission to the University of Central Florida. Success coaches are ready and waiting to assist you in designing an educational plan that is right for you in any of their locations across Central Florida. Remember, connecting is easy and guaranteed. Find out more at directconnecttoUCF.com. The College of Central Florida is committed to being your first choice for quality higher education. CF has locations in Marion, Citrus, and Levy counties and offers more than 60 academic programs. Earn a certificate, associate, or bachelor's degree. With Florida's 2+2 program, a student can complete an associate in arts at CF and be guaranteed admission to a state of Florida university. CF is ranked number 13 in the U.S. for affordability, is military friendly, and offers a full student life experience. Make CF your first choice. Call 352-873-5800.
All right, let's see, 18 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Mike Fallon is here from Webster University, and in addition to Crystal Flint from the University of Central Florida, and Mark and Maureen. I apologize, Mark and Maureen, I don't have your last names written down, but you're both from across the street, College of Central Florida, and today there's an event for veterans.
Correct.
And repeat that, is that open to veterans today, the luncheon?
It's our Veterans Appreciation Luncheon for our student veterans as well as our faculty and staff.
Okay, wow. Are you a second generation veteran, Mark?
My father actually couldn't serve because he was flat-footed, but my
Okay.
grandfather served in World War II.
Is that right? Wow. Wow. And I wonder if they had these programs back then. I'm guessing it wasn't the same as it is now.
Very
as
different.
much.
Very different.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. So tell me more. What would a veteran need to know? A lot of it has to be attitude, I'm guessing, right? Am I right about that? But once you've got it in your brain, oh yeah, I can do this. You know, once you got that motivating thing, right? What's the first thing that they would do?
Well, they usually have a benefits rep that they're working with, and then that individual usually advises them to connect with a college or university where they want to attain a degree. And at our schools, what they'll do is they'll work with certifying specialists to help them figure out and navigate that academic plan, make sure they're registering for the right classes they need. They have to submit all of those things. Everything has to be validated. It's very structured. And your benefits can be different. There are stipends that you can qualify for if you have classes that are on a campus, in a classroom, versus differences if you're completing an online program. So our staff at all the different schools can help a veteran figure out how to navigate that, to figure out what the best plan is for them, the best path, a timeline of about how long it's going to take them to finish, and provide all the extra and added support they might need to make them successful. So for every veteran, it's going to be a little bit of a different adventure. It really just depends on what kind of benefit they're coming in with, how much they have left if they've used it previously, because sometimes we work with students who have used some before, or stopped, and now they're coming back, or it's being transitioned to a dependent, like a child or a spouse. So it's all very different. But it's just, such a great opportunity for folks to figure out what that next step is, and it's tailored support specific to veterans.
You know, I have a nephew who served in Afghanistan, and now he's with the Orlando Fire Department, I think. So his family's here, he lives here, but he goes down to Orlando every day, or I think he's down there for sometimes 24-hour shifts and stuff like that. I wonder, like, let's say he wanted to, I don't know, climb the ranks of the fire department. Sometimes that education helps you with that too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Certainly. Something in forensic science, for instance,
So
something
you-
like that he could pursue.
And because, well, let's see, he's living here, but he could go to the University of Central Florida here or there, right?
We don't have classes on our campus here in Ocala, but we're a support center for transfer students.
Okay.
But we do have over 20 different degrees that students can pursue entirely online at a 30% savings. And then we have 100 different
Oh, wow.
major options on our main campus in Orlando.
Is that true for
So
all?
Lots of flexibility.
Everybody have that? Is that true for you guys?
Well, we have at the College of Central Florida, we have several bachelor's programs. And so in that case, we have bachelor's of applied sciences and public safety. And so that's actually a perfect degree for somebody who's in a emergency response
Right,
organization, and they want to get a bachelor's degree in hopes of becoming management.
It just seems like the online would be the choice,
Yes.
because and their days have to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's also dependent on the veteran too, because they may choose a little bit more money for taking that one class on campus
Right.
as well.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So there's little tweaks in the process. So if you take an on-campus class, there's housing stipends and things like that you qualify for. But it also just
Oh,
depends on,
really? Okay.
where you are in your life and what you're doing. Some folks really, really prefer the flexibility of online learning and distance learning. And for other folks, that's not the choice. They want to be in a classroom and have a different kind of educational experience. And we all offer programs that are one way or the other, and then hybrid programs that are somewhere in the middle, some online and some in a classroom. So kind of you could probably find the right program for you at any of our schools, depending on what your goal is.
What is what is the catalog of the day? It's not tangible anymore, right? It's online. Like when you're looking for different
Oh, do we
courses?
have a paper catalog anymore?
Yeah, do you?
Webster University no longer prints a paper catalog.
Okay, I
but
didn't
we do.
think
It's
so.
available online.
We don't either, yeah. Ours is online. CF as well, yeah?
Yeah, we have them online. We have a paper one, but no, it's students
Basically,
would be available.
yeah.
Yeah, if you search any of our websites, you'll be able to get degree offerings.
Yes.
And they can search and look at course titles and course descriptions to determine really what their interests, which direction they want to go in.
So which is the better way to travel? Mark. That's Mark. Is it to do it Mike's way or to join the service? Everybody says you want to see the world, join the service.
Well,
Did you see
don't
the
get,
world?
You don't get to enjoy when you see it. You might get to visit places, but you don't get to go out and explore them like he does. That would definitely be the more interesting way to go.
He's an unbelievable guy.
But I'd do it again.
Do you always go alone, Mike?
No, I have friends. I have multiple groups of friends I travel with. Once in a while, I'll go by myself, but different groups. When I see a travel deal, I send the beacon out.
Do you have a map, like a world map with pins in
I
it?
have a little scratch-off map. Yeah.
Honestly?
I do.
That's great.
Oh, my gosh.
I think like 45 countries or 46 countries.
Wow.
But not just countries, cities
inspiring.
in those countries.
Oh, sure, multiple cities and things. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Well, one day we'll talk more about it. I have a refrigerator magnet collection. I think I've talked about it before. That of everywhere I've gone, cities, sites. I have 4 big magnets.
Chernobyl sold you a magnet?
Yes, I have a magnet from
Oh, my
Chernobyl.
God. Everything's a
I
business.
want that magnet.
So yeah, it's great, and I've met veterans along the way, and what's really interesting is, you meet military, active duty military when you're traveling overseas,
I bet
and they're
you do,
on
yeah.
leave, and
Yeah,
they do
yeah.
get a pretty good. I mean, it's a pretty nice deal. Now, my brother was stationed in Iraq, but he would vacation in Qatar, and that's a place I've never been, so I'm very jealous of
You're
that.
going there, I
I'd like to
bet
see
you.
that one day, but I'm not sure if you were stationed overseas much or
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Not a lot to get out there.
Walked a lot, that's about it.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
I mean, we made up with Germany and Japan. And
Sure.
One day we'll make up
Well,
with
that region, there's a lot of really interesting ancient biblical sites.
Yes.
That would be really cool to see.
Extraordinary. Mhm.
And
Did you?
We could actually see an old Buddhist temple where I was at. You could see
Oh,
it on
that's
top of the mountain.
amazing.
cool. That's
Is it still used?
No.
No,
Now, why'd you say it like that?
Definitely
Because it's still, religion is taboo?
Target.
Well, yeah, they were
Well, that religion is
they
taboo.
were kind of forced to not worship there anymore.
Uh-huh.
I'll put it that way. That's a
Yeah, oh my gosh. There was a story this morning, speaking of traveling, a world map. The first American map was up for auction this morning. Did you see that? Yeah, they found it.
Wow.
Based on America Vespucci's drawings or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'll find it.
be really interesting.
How
to
much
see.
did it go for?
I will find
that'd be a
it.
good education piece as well.
Would be neat to have.
I'm sure I have it here somewhere. While I'm looking at this, give us some more information so that veterans can, anybody we've inspired, you know?
Yes. So they
Yeah.
can connect with us.
So-
I'd say definitely, they don't need to wait. I was scared about going to college, so.
Is that right?
I was fear of failure and didn't want to go to college because I didn't think I could do it, but I'm going and pretty successful. I think other people can too.
I would
Well,
say
if they
very
have-
successful. Full circle. Look where you are here. So.
Are you working and also attending?
Full-time student and part-time working, yes.
Oh, wow. Well, good for you.
Nice.
Good for you. And where do you want your education to take you?
Eventually, I'd like to get my master's in business so I could teach.
Teach. Okay. Yeah, but business people need some lessons.
Yeah.
No, they do.
Mike teaches
telling
business
you.
classes.
I've
Maureen.
actually taken classes with.
Have you?
Mike
There you go.
Allen.
There you go.
One of my
Oh,
students.
you're
good
the
student.
teacher. You're the
Good
teacher.
student.
No, I'm telling you, the businesses, I'm not saying the businesses, but they don't communicate very well.
Yeah.
They'll give us some information and say, hello, did they forget the date? Where's the date? There's always something. All right. So here's the thing. The oldest map to name America has been discovered. Christie's Auction House
course.
said yesterday. The previously unknown copy of a 510-year-old map was dubbed America's birth certificate because it gave the New World its name for the first time. The dollar amount, I don't know. It says a wall map version of the same chart purchased by the Library of Congress for $10 million in 2003.
Oh, see, that's outside my budget. I was really hopeful.
Wow, I'd like to find that. How do we find those maps?
They expect this to go for $788,000.
That's it?
You need to do a little bit more exploring, Mike.
We need to head up to St. Augustine.
Although I think there are laws applied to like taking things when you find
Here, you
things. So
want
you need to be
it? Here, you
careful
can
with
have
that.
You can
We'll have to
it.
read the rib on this later.
But what we'd love is if veterans are out there and are interested in coming back to school or going to school for the first time, if they'll connect with us, we each have resources and we can help them get to that goal. At the
Yeah.
University of Central Florida, my office is in Building 20, the University Center, and they can reach me at 352-854-2322, extension 1824, or they can find us on the web. And we do offer direct connect through CF, which is guaranteed
Yes.
admission to
Yes.
UCF as well. So there's that perk.
Yes, and
And my office is in Building 11 here at the College of Central Florida in Ocala. Phone number is 352-854-2322, extension 1720.
And Webster University is at Market Street at Heathbrook on College Road near Dillard's and Barnes & Noble. And our phone number is 352-861-9330.
you know, it takes all of us to make this world go around, but there's very few jobs that you apply for and you think to yourself, this could be the end of me. You know, so that's why we really look up to veterans, Mark, and thank you so much for your service.
Yes.
I mean, how many people take a job saying, well, I'm willing to say that I'm giving everything, right?
Well, we have a lot of them. College of Central
See, that's
Florida.
the humble man coming out,
I
right?
have a few that work for me, and it makes my job easier.
I
working with
am
that
not
tight-knit
I am not a
community.
veteran, and I don't. Is Mark, are you a veteran? No. So thank you for what you've done for us. I can speak freely because of you. Everybody says that, but it's really true. You know.
Thank you for your support.
And if you're not already familiar with the veterans, what is that? The Veterans Veterans Resource Center, where the bowling alley used to be.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Downtown.
Yes. So
Yep.
go down
Off of
there.
Silver Springs Boulevard,
And
State Road 40.
And I'm sure they will interface with you guys to send people to the schools for those veterans who are looking to further their education. Mike, Mark, Maureen, and Crystal, thank you for all coming in here. Stay cool out there. It's too hot in here.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump tweets about Republicans losing the governor's race in Virginia. Ed Gillespie worked hard but did not embrace me or what I stand for. Democrat Ralph Northam instead will be the next governor of Virginia. Democrat Phil Murphy wins in New Jersey.
This is one of the first major elections since Donald Trump was elected. Tonight, New Jersey sent an unmistakable message to the entire nation. We are better than this.
Voters in Maine approved Medicaid expansion opposed by Republican Governor Paul LePage. The president's in China now. He addressed South Korea's National Assembly before leaving that country, warning North Korea about its nuclear program.
America does not seek conflict or confrontation, but we will never run from it.
A surprise trip to the DMZ between the Koreas was canceled due to fog. Fox News, we report, you decide.
In this tight labor market, finding new employees can be tough. Whether you're the business owner or an HR professional, you want access to highly qualified candidates fast. More than 3 million businesses use Indeed.com, the world's #1 job site. Whether you need entry-level or highly skilled employees, no matter the industry, with Indeed you get immediate access to a high-quality pool of talent with no long-term contracts or upfront fees. For a limited time, Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to make their first job listing a sponsored job with premium visibility so more candidates will see it. You want to make a great hire fast, and this exclusive offer gives you a head start.